Hi, it's wonderul and welcome to Elite Dangerous on the Xbox. Now, I said in my video covering the piracy down at this CG that this was the most epic CG I had been to. Now, I had some amazing 1v1s of Alders. They were awesome, very enjoyable. But it's this video where I bring you the thing that made my night. Yeah, definitely, I think, made my night. I had a lot of fun. The piracy was great, the 1v1s were great, the party chat was great, a lot of jokes, a lot of silliness, a lot of taking the mick out of Alder. And just cops in general, but it's always really fun. We got Alder in party and we're all misbehaving and he's trying to be the one lawful stopping us. You know, it is quite funny. So talking of being naughty, me and Justin attacked this commander. Now he's in his dolphin with railguns, I'm in my pirate ship, so I'm looking to just boom and zoom because I have no shields on this thing. It's 300 shield strength, so literally no shields, but you know, I whiz in, whiz out, get those frags off. And this guy was, you know, Brazilian from a squadron we don't know, have no dealings with, know nothing about. So what happened was kind of weird. We already had a really stupid incident with Alder where, bless him, he dropped in to stop us ganking a trader. And I think he realised quite quickly that he'd dropped in to defend a combat logger because we were shooting a ship that was not taking any damage while he was shooting Justin. And obviously we started to take the mick out of him for defending a combat logger. So Alder was not having the best of nights, but you know, this poor guy, we thought, well, we're ganging on him 2v1. Law enforcement are about here somewhere, so you know, they'll probably drop in and try and save this guy or stop us not being naughty and misbehaving. Because you know, I don't think Justin takes any offence at being called a ganker, but he pretty much kills anyone, anywhere, anytime, wherever he feels like. I don't think he plays by any particular rules. I'm a pirate, I have slightly more rules than most of the bad guy squadrons out there. But you know, I can pretty much get away with a lot of things. You know, I have my rules that I stick to, but you know, when it comes to anything combat ship wise at the CG, if they're in a ship where they can fight, if they're Empire, well, with the power play I'm in, Arc on the lane, if they're pledged to any power, I can justify attacking them if I want to, but I tend to stick to only dieting on imps. But something weird happened. So we thought Alder would drop in and start attacking us, and we're like, he's arrived now. Now we got the cop and the Mamba. But he didn't. He started shooting the Mamba. And we were like, hold on a minute, what's going on? And Alder explained that the Mamba was a part of a group that's kill on sight. Yeah, and he helped us kill him and then left. And then later we were fighting more of these guys. Al got out his frag condor, which I gotta say, he's finished his, I finished mine. I actually got mine out later as well for a little test run, and it's an awesome amount of firepower. I'll show you Al's perspective of it, but it is absolutely awesome. Hilarious amounts of firepower. This poor guy didn't know what hit him. Between frags and grom bombs, he was getting absolutely destroyed. But you know, I managed to hit him with a grom bomb at a good time. But I'll show you Al's point of view as he absolutely tore this guy a new one in the Fragaconda. But with four of us ganking him, this guy was, you know, really in trouble. But like I say, the police were fine with us murdering these Brazilians. I did say the awful joke of, you know, trust the police to shoot a Brazilian in the back while he's running away. But I'm not sure anyone in party was old enough to get the reference, because that one was from quite a while ago. But yeah, you'll see here, these frags absolutely decimate things. Al actually ended up having a 1v1 with one of the guys from the Brazilian squad in a cutter, and it was just, he ate through like 9,000 shields in this thing and won the fight. So, you know, it's brutal. The fraggage is hilarious fun, and yeah, I've got to say, a worthy addition. Now, unexpectedly, this happened, and I'm just going to have to play party chat for this, so enjoy.
So does anyone want to fight off a pair of Brazilian cutters with me? Absolutely, Commando.
Alright.
Yeah.
Alright, so anyway,
Me too.
We have to.
Same system as Dark Owl.
We
Just
have
grab
to.
the right weapons. Actually, we're
Yeah, there's a
Hold the
shieldless
moment.
type. There's a shieldless type 7 there. What are
Alright,
you doing?
You see, something's going to happen.
What? What's going to happen?
Something wonderful.
That didn't hit you.
Okay, I'll sort this
Suck a
out,
dick.
and then I'll come over, Alder, to come and help you out.
Oh, Paulie, you've been deputised. Come on help.
Screenshots.
I witnessed that.
Yeah, so I got deputized. I got given a badge, told I was now a lawful, and sent after these Brazilians. And I took my role very seriously. So I went and grabbed my frag conda and shotgun the crap out of them. Space shotguns for the win. You know, I feel if you are in a posse and deputized, that you'd probably take a big shotgun along. And I've got to say, it was a lot of fun. We had a real giggle that night. Me, Ash, Justin, Al had fun fighting these Brazilians. Like I say, Al had a 1v1 with one of the cutters later. We had a lot of fun, really enjoyed ourselves, had some great fights, and it was really nice to be lawful for an evening. It was years ago when I left XO, I was looking at many different squadrons to join. You know, I went independent after leaving XO, and I'd been independent for a while. And at the time, I was actually doing imp power play, and there were a couple of imp squadrons that I was looking at. But something happened, and I got pirated by two German guys, Pilly and Ohio. And I did a video sort of extolling how fun it was to be pirated by actual roleplay pirates. And how nice it was to run into guys that were like really generously nice. They didn't like, you know, steal all my cargo or damage my ship. And so I did a video about how cool it was. There were roleplay pirates in the game. And Orc saw it, and Orc then decided that he'd want to make me a Dark Marauder. So he basically recruited me. Up until that point, there was a very good chance I was going to join this small Imperial squadron called Levengi's Legion, or this other small Imperial squadron called IED. So, you know, it's weird how things turn out, isn't it? But anyway, I had a lot of fun doing the lawful thing and helping out. We had, as a group, a lot of fun being lawful for the night, chasing people around and just generally having a giggle, attacking these poor Brazilian guys and fighting against them. It was a really, really awesome evening. I can't remember why I switched out of my frag conda and back into this. But yeah, I can't remember. I think it's because one of them was in a Mamba, and I was going to go after him in this Mamba, and then I ended up just shooting a lot of big ships for phasing, which is okay. You know, it was fun. Justin's Dolphin was doing a decent amount of damage. We were having a lot of fun chasing down and killing lawfuls. Al was actually shredding people with his Fragaconda. I think that's probably why I switched out, was because Al got hit. You know, Al was in his Fragaconda at the time, and yeah. The problem with two of them is you're trying to both occupy the same space and shoot frags into people. So all in all, we had a lot of fun under the guise of a lawful deputization. Now, from what I understand, that cops can actually only deputize NTFS members, which seems a bit odd to me, because I do remember Nightfall Saul once being deputized to come after me, which is hilarious, because that's like hiring Hannibal, like deputizing Hannibal Lecter to come after a purse snatcher. It really is. It's like, I'm the most petty criminal around, and Nightfall Saul is one of the deadliest murderous gankers in the game. And he got deputized to come after me, which I thought was beautifully hilarious. But yeah, so cops are only supposed to deputize NTFS, so I'm not sure this was a completely legitimate deputization, but you know, Alder did say I was deputized. He is a member of cops, so I'm taking it. You know, whether it was legitimate or not, whether Bait thinks it was allowed or not, I don't care. I was a deputy. I did my bit as a deputy. I rode down some bad guys, and generally we defended the CG from these guys and made sure they didn't cause any problems, even though I have no idea what their supposed crimes are. That was the bit that I was like, I don't know, what do these guys do? But yeah, it was really good fun. And Alder was on for backup. He was calling for backup for like 4 hours and no backup arrived. So yeah, at the time I think Ragnar Scott was losing 1v1s to Jordo Man over in Desiat, and fighting Mayroon and stuff in 1v1s. So yeah, it was kind of weird. It was like Alder was putting out this call that he was on his own at the CG, massively outnumbered by gankers, in a huge party full of pirates, scumbags and gankers, trying to get some lawfuls over to help him, and the only help he could get was from the criminals, and we stepped up and we helped him. And yeah, we rode down those Brazilians until they'd had enough and they threw in the towel. So yeah, my lawful wing was a lot of fun. Ash and Justin and me had a great time, whale of a time being lawful. It was really fun, really silly. We had battles with these guys when we were non-lawful, and we had battles with them when we were lawful. And yeah, Alder got the backup that he needed to enforce the law at the CG. And plus, making us all lawful meant we weren't actually off ganking anyone. Well, Ash did gank that Type 7, but you know, that was just after he got deputized, and he was looking at it as he got deputized. So of course Ash had to go and gank that. That goes without saying, he is a ganker. There was an innocent ship right there. He was always going to gank it. Yeah, this is the one frustration with the Anaconda is, yeah, they can outrun you, which is a bit of a pain, but it is still awesomely effective up until the point they run away. And yeah, it was quite fun because we still got a kill, and we killed a lot of these guys, which was really good fun. And yeah, I'd like to say thank you very much to Commander Alder's Bladeboard for giving the opportunity to me to be lawful for an evening. It certainly made my evening more entertaining than I thought it would be. And after we defended the system, we shook hands and went our separate ways, and knowing that there was a job well done. You know, the bad guys had helped out the good guy and defended the CG. I just hope Alders doesn't get into too much trouble with Be Great when he reports about this. That's all. Thank you very much for watching.